Hey, welcome to 42. Yeah, we might be a few seconds late. I wasn't watching the clock. We were just talking and starting the show without you, apparently. I'm
We were,
Chris.
we were, we were reminiscing of last week when I had to go through superhero powers that Chris gave me.
I didn't think you had to go through anything. I thought you were enjoying the process. You didn't enjoy that?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, great. So, what do you mean by you're going to get me back? That doesn't sound like you enjoyed it.
Oh, no. I'm just, you gave me such wonderful options to become a superhero that I just want to reciprocate.
Great. Can't wait. We already got people talking in the chat. Our favorite co-crew member here. Please like and subscribe. Here we're all the way up to 50 subscribers already, Mike.
Woo, it's amazing. And this is our 24th show on the full 42. I feel like you should switch everything. Like I should be on that side of the screen. You should be on this side of the screen.
I can accommodate that.
There you
Is
go.
that weird?
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit. Now when I point, I gotta point the other direction. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to do the Brady Bunch thing, like. Yeah, over there. So,
yeah, 24 episodes. Man.
Peter. Yep, 24th episode. That's 24 weeks. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually is. It's half a year.
Yeah.
Ish. Almost half a year. Was it 26 would be half a year? And
if not for Texas freezing over, this would be our 25th.
True. Yep. I am the reason we're not at 25th.
I mean, you're not. It's not your fault.
That's true. Nothing's ever my fault.
Mm-mm.
So we have I was talking about that. Your Grogu's overlapping your other Grogu too.
It's like
double Groguing it.
It's a multiple Grogu in a multiverse.
I don't have a Grogu back here. I've got Grievous and Jawas. I have a Yoda, little Yoda keychain. Here, I'll blind everybody. It's really blinding when you put it in someone's face.
That's great. Do it again. Because once wasn't enough.
We still have people watching. I should do it again. Yeah, no Grogu behind me. I have one in a house somewhere. We don't put him in a certain spot because we're afraid that we're going to forget about him. So we just put him on the couch, or we, let him float around. Put him on the seat next to us when we play games and stuff.
Don't you have the Black Series one?
Oh, I do. I have the little. I mean, he really is that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I have. I mean, he's out there with the rest of the. These are just kind of like my ones that I'm showing off right now, kind of thing. I have 200 of them or something there. He's with the rest of them. I have too many. Is what I have.
You never have too many.
Once you start doing the math, you start counting up the figures, and they're about $20 each. Yeah, it starts becoming too many. So don't count. That's stay in ignorance. Same thing for board games, right? Yeah. We don't want to start doing the math behind us. Yep, math is bad.
Yeah, math. I've said on the show, math and I haven't gotten along since 5th grade. So.
So do you want to jump into our best guesses, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. So best guesses. Usually on the show, we like to make a guess with each other. I'm going to break those rules, apparently, because I don't have a guess as much as just a fun exercise for you.
Wait. Are you house ruling your own thing?
That's not house ruling if it's your thing, is it? It's just ruling.
No, I don't agree with that.
All right, well, I have an activity for you, and I think it'd be fun to discuss it as you make your choices.
Okay. Oh, God.
I have no clue which way you're going to go with it, but it'll be interesting. Let me jump into it right here. I'll go ahead and go first. Let me share my screen because, of course, I've got it all ready for you here. All right. Well, let me set it up real quick. So you have been. They are going to remake at least 13 movies, some of your favorite stuff, and your characters are coming back alive, but they got to be recast, and you get to recast those 13 iconic characters. However, they're going to give you a list of actors, and you must use these 13.
If you have Jack Black on any of these,
No, no. Oh, I should have put Jack Black on
all
there.
right, good.
All right. So here are your choices. You got Nicolas Cage, Chris Tucker, Rebel Wilson. I'll help you out if you don't remember who some of these are. Adam
No.
Sandler, Seth Rogen, John Heder, David Hasselhoff, Melissa McCarthy, Whoopi Goldberg, Miley Cyrus, Kevin Hart, Christopher Walken, and Neil Patrick Harris to play some of your favorite roles. What are you shaking your head for? Let's just go down the list. Let's do it, right?
Well, like some of them, I'm like, oh, all right, that could be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's go with Nicolas Cage first of all.
Where are
Right?
you putting Hasselhoff? Come on,
Laura Croft.
it's Lara. Who's going Lara Croft? Hasselhoff? No,
Yeah, it's Laura Hasselcroft.
no. Oh my lord, this is atrocious.
There is an uneven amount of female actors versus so you'll have to change a role or two to fit someone.
Well, that's fine. Iron Man could be Iron Heart instead.
Yeah. There's no rules here. So let's talk about which one do you want to do first.
None, zero,
No.
none of them.
You don't find this at least interesting a little bit? Like Seth Rogen, he could be a Terminator, right?
I'm already sweating thinking about these actually being a thing.
What about? I want to hear what the chat has to say here. That is a huge list. It actually was hard to whittle it down. It was harder to come up with characters on the right than it was just to come up with fun people to ask you about. We had to take people off. I think I took Steve Buscemi off of here, Kristen Stewart. Trying to think of some others we had on there. Tom Cruise.
This personality, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah. What about Joker? Why don't we do characters first? You want to go down the who's the new Luke Skywalker?
I think the Joker's probably the easiest one.
Oh yeah, who'd you go with Joker?
Christopher Walken.
Really?
I would love to see him do that.
So like a old Joker, because
Like
he is pretty.
you're trying to walk in like just badass. You don't want to mess with him. Like I assume these are characters like, all right, Adam Sandler has certain connotation to him, Chris Tucker as well. But like they would roll like they'd be in this role, right? Like it's not an Adam Sandler movie. Like
Right.
with him as that
He'd just be playing that role. Yeah. I mean, he'd probably still do a stupid like, whatever he does, but
No.
just him.
That's exactly what I'm saying. If he's doing that changes things.
That's him. He's just playing how he is. That's why he should be like Blade.
No. How do you ruin a character like that?
All right. What about so I can actually see Christopher Walken because he's played gangsters, stuff like that, right? Have you ever seen True Romance?
Yep.
Yeah. He was on screen for like 5 minutes, but he was amazing, right? I could see that one. It's right across from each other too.
Yeah, I think this is atrocious. I'd say Neil Patrick Harris would probably be my next one.
For who?
I think James Bond.
James Bond. Okay. I guess I could see it. He's very wiry. And I could never take him serious in his suit and all. I'd think of him, like How I Met Your Mother.
Right, but he's got such a dynamic as an acting character that I think he'd be able to pull off that debonair, dapper.
Yep.
Well, no, you know what? Wait.
That's why I get the lines in case you need to make some changes.
You said we're only making this an hour show tonight, right?
Yeah, you got to be a little judicious there. I'm not evil. This is fun. Is this not fun? It was fun to make.
I'm sure you were giggling the whole way through. Adam Sandler can't be Indiana Jones. Come on.
Oh, throw me the whip.
All right. God, this is bad.
Oh, I could see that actually. Neil Patrick Harris is the Joker. He might. Surprise us.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of Joker you're going for, right?
It's true.
I mean, how do you, Luke Skywalker? This is bad. This is so bad.
You could do John Heder.
No.
Yeah. Girls only want boyfriends who's got the Force.
Oh, I don't like anything to do with that.
David Hasselhoff could be Luke
Oh,
Skywalker.
stop it. Just stop it. David Hasselhoff. And there's nothing. Which character, like,
Uh,
oh, man, this is just.
he could be the Terminator.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that one.
Yeah? All right. See, I like that decision making right there.
Yeah, just some, like, out of time, what the hell am I doing here kind of thing.
Peter agrees with me. John Heder.
Really? As Luke? No way. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna put, just because I really like.
Yes.
Nope. I like National Treasure. I like those movies,
Okay.
and they give off a very Indiana Jones vibe.
All right.
So I'm gonna go Nick Cage as Indy.
That's awful, but okay.
I mean, where else do you go with that one? Like, even like Gone in 60 Seconds, like he was good in that movie. There's just some movies that are just complete shite.
You don't want Chris Tucker in there?
No, I don't. Chris Tucker.
Yeah, you remember him from Rush Hour, right?
Oh, of course. I think,
or from Fifth Element.
yep. Fifth Element, and that's kind of where I started thinking about Chris Tucker and Daenerys because of that character.
Oh, because he had the blonde hair in the Fifth Element. There's no way you could take that serious.
No, of course not. I'm trying to place John McClane, but John McClane is not gonna.
Oh,
Nope.
I know who I would go with, but this is your thing. So I'm curious to see if you would go with the same person.
Oh God, this is so bad.
And remember, you can mismatch here. You can make Whoopi Goldberg Blade if you want.
No, I know. Like Lara Croft doesn't have to be the Lara Croft we know. Like Iron Man doesn't have to be Tony Stark.
Seth Rogen. You want to see Seth Rogen in the shorts and the tank top with the two guns?
Nope. No, I think it's horrible. I would not. I don't have to go see these movies, right? Like,
No, you have to be a part of them. Your name's on it. You're the casting director.
oh my lord. All right, Melissa McCarthy is Lara Croft.
I can't imagine it wouldn't go a more comedic way with it.
Sure.
But I'd almost go see a Melissa McCarthy Tomb Raider version movie, right?
Right. I'm in on that one.
All right. What about somebody that could surprise you? Like normally they play this, but like you could do Seth Rogen as Ripley.
That's what I was thinking. But there's nothing else that I would want to see Seth Rogen do on this list.
You don't want to be Blade?
No, I don't want to see him do Blade.
John McClane?
As Rogen?
You know Bruce Willis was a comedian before he took that role.
Hudson Hawk is one of my most favorite movies.
Well, that was even after Die Hard. He was on Moonlighting before that.
He was on Moonlighting. I know.
In fact, I remember people, I don't remember, but I know that there was a big hoopla about him. Really? He's a comedian. He's silly. Nobody will take him seriously kind of thing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I want Kevin Hart and Ripley.
All right. I could see that. I was actually thinking Kevin Hart for John McClane. But I could see Ripley. Now, which Ripley, I wonder, whenever you're, like, is he running around like an alien? Like, when you picture it, Is it the horror version where one creature is trying to kill him, or are you thinking like he's coming back, like to save the little girl Newt, part two? You know,
I want to see Kevin Hart in the big mech where he can't reach the hand for the pills. Like he's just not big enough to get the thing moving.
Yeah, he gives that look that's that gift that everybody uses where he's just
Yep.
blinking. Yeah, that'd be great.
Molly Cyrus.
She could be Blade.
No. I guess that would be. I was gonna say Black Widow, but Miley Cyrus's Blade, I think, would make more sense. Oh,
Daenerys?
leave it there. Leave it there. Yep.
Daenerys?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. You're just doing it because she's blonde.
No, I see her being that character. Like her.
Okay.
And Blade isn't bad, though, either, as a vampire. Who is a vampire? Oh, God. These really are horrendous.
You still haven't placed Whoopi Goldberg.
I don't like her.
Luke Skywalker?
No.
What about Whoopi from like, what if it wasn't today's Whoopi? What if it was like Whoopi from, like Jumpin' Jack Flash or like Ghost or something like that?
Like Whoopi in Sister Act, I could get.
Like from the 90s. Yeah, Sister Act. Rebel Wilson is Blade.
I need to drink more next time you do something like this. All right, put Rogan as McClane.
Really? Okay. I'd watch that. I'd watch Rogan. I'd give him a chance at an action film. I mean, he was in Pineapple Express. He kind of pulled it off a little bit,
Pineapple Express is hysterical, but it's not a John McClane movie.
No, but there's action at the end, right? All the explosions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of believable. I'm still wondering where Whoopi's going.
I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Put Rebel Wilson as Iron Man, but obviously it's going to be Iron Heart.
Right. That's fine. Ooh, Chris Tucker is Luke Skywalker?
It has to be. It's not going to be Adam Sandler. All right, put Chris Tucker as Blade.
Chris Tucker's Blade?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Put Heater as Luke.
Yes. He's got skills.
This is atrocious.
His favorite animal is a tauntaun.
Put Lord.
Your mom goes to the Jedi Temple.
Put Sandler as.
This one's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, put him as Black Widow.
What?
Yeah, because then it's going to be a Spider
movie. Seth Rogen as John McClane, but you can see him as Black Widow?
Not as the character. It's actually going to be a Spider movie.
No. It's got to be the character. It's a Marvel movie, Black Widow. So Adam Sandler was taken as a child to a Russian place where they taught him to be a spy. Oh, look at that. Peter agrees.
So that means Whoopi Goldberg is Wonder Woman?
Yeah, why not?
Sister Act Whoopi. Like,
yeah. Yeah. I'll give you that. Sister Act Whoopi. You could do that, right?
Absolute mess.
Would you go see any of these? Would you actually be excited to go see any of these?
None. I want to apologize for everyone watching and for people in the future that are watching this. It was Chris's fault.
You can't apologize for my activity.
Oh, my Lord. What a mess. I think the only one that would actually be interesting would be Walken as Joker. Neil Patrick Harris as James Bond could be interesting.
I don't really see it, but I'd watch it. But I would kind of want to see Kevin Hart as John McClane. I'd like to see the comedy go. I mean, because he is actually buff. Like, he works out. He's short and little. They always put him next to The Rock, but he could be an action star. Get all messed up.
Sure, I see it. I don't want to see it.
Well, thanks for playing along. That was fun.
Oh my lord.
Uh,
Yeah, that's brutal.
that was great. I thought that's more fun than I thought it would be.
Oh god.
We should do that more often. I have to think about what to do next time. What other things do you love that I can make you think about messing up?
I'm not telling you.
Tiki cups.
Don't mess with my teacup. Don't do it.
All right. Are we you want me to share your screen now? Or are you giving me images through Discord?
No. I'm gonna. I have to set it up. I'm gonna. How do I present a slideshow?
I didn't do Ghostbusters. I almost did Peter Venkman, but they just remade Ghostbusters and all that stuff. I did cross the stream, so you're right.
Across the stream. Share screen. Share tab.
Let me move this mic closer. Maybe you can hear me better. Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Pop that up on the screen. See what that looks like.
All right. It looks like that.
All right, take that down.
Don't you know what your screen looks like before you share?
No, I don't want to give anything away.
Oh, okay. You know I can see your screen before you share, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm making sure there's nothing on it. Share that. All right, share that.
Much better.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I don't know what this is going to look like, but
It's orange.
I'm going to
I
move
like
it
it already.
before I knock over the Wampa with this because I know I'm going to start laughing hysterically. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun.
We already having fun.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun.
Okay.
So, if anyone at home watching would like to draw what is about to happen, or pick your favorites and draw yourself as the superhero with the forthcoming upgrades, and then submit them to us, that would be lovely. I would love to see somebody draw Chris in what he picks for this as well. But
pretty easy. It's just a bubble with some fuzz down here.
Yeah, we'll see about that. All right. Oh, Yoda. So, I have 5 superhero options for you.
Cool.
And you are going to, of the 5, you are going to pick one in each pair.
And what am I picking for? Like, I want to be them. I want to watch their movie. I want what?
This is going to be you.
Oh, I get to be the superhero.
Yeah. We are going to design Chris as a superhero.
Oh, cool. All right.
Okay.
I mean, I already kind of am, but yeah, I get it.
The upgrades are subject to change.
Upgrades. Huh.
Okay.
Ah, nice.
So I'm going to give you all 5 of your options. You are allowed. There's obviously a catch, right? You are allowed to
be a catch.
There's got to be a catch. You're allowed to pick one of the options, and I will tell you what the negative side of that option is.
Wait, I have to pick first, and then you tell me?
You can pick one of these, and I will tell you what the negative side of that option is for you. Otherwise, I'm not telling you until after.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
I feel like there's only one negative side, and you're just going to tell me that no matter what I pick.
Oh, I have them all. I have slides of them all written.
Okay.
Already predetermined.
Great.
Let's
do it.
So your options as your superhero upgrade, like you're going shopping, you're going to try and like get this stuff and become Chris the superhero. Okay.
Okay.
Your first options for your superhero upgrade will be to have tights.
Nobody wants to see that.
Or armor. Now, don't pick.
Oh.
I'm going to go through all 5 of them.
Okay. Okay.
You can ask me questions. You can say whatever. And then one of the options, I will give you the negative side of it. So that'll be your first option, tights or armor.
All right.
Your next set will be a cape or a sidekick.
Do I get to know the information about the sidekick? Do I get to pick the sidekick?
If you want me to tell you what the negative...
That's part of the bad. Okay. Gotcha. I understand.
Option 3 is X-ray vision or super speed.
Okay. Don't make me sticky.
Option 4 will be a projectile weapon
Where's that coming from?
or super strength.
Okay.
And your 5th option as your upgrade will be a mask
COVID. Yeah.
or a helmet.
Oh. Hmm. Huh. Well, since you don't have invulnerability in here, I'm going to have to stick with armor. So I'm going to go with armor.
Okay.
You're not going to tell me the bad stuff until I pick everything.
Correct.
Okay. Great.
I can tell you, if you want to pick one of the pairs, I can tell you first, but you only get one.
No. We'll see how it all comes out in the end.
Okay.
Cape or sidekick. So, the whole what was the Pixar movie that starts with an I? Incredibles.
Incredibles, yep.
The whole Incredibles thing about no cape totally makes sense. However, I'm really afraid of what you're going to give me as a sidekick. So I think I'm going to go with cape. Besides, look at the way I'm standing in that picture. I could totally rock a cape, right?
Totally rock a cape, yep.
X-ray vision or super speed. Since I know what I'm picking the level below, I'm going to go with X-ray vision.
All right.
And then the level below, I'm going to pick super strength. That way I can see the robbery through the wall, punch through the wall, get the guy. You do that thing where the guy's like standing up against the wall with his gun and you could punch through the wall and pull him through it kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, you'd think so, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And again, I'm not invulnerable, so I'm going to go with the helmet instead of the mask.
Helmet instead of the mask.
I mean, I obviously like helmets, right? We got Star Wars helmets right here. So.
Why I put it on there.
Yeah.
So
all right, what you do to me?
Just to reiterate your choices, you have chosen as your upgrade package armor, a cape,
mm-hmm.
X-ray vision,
mm-hmm.
super strength, and a helmet.
Yes.
Great.
Comfortable with that? Let's move on to the next thing, right?
Okay, so if anyone would like to draw that, that would be fantastic. But I'm going to tell you what happens to you now.
Great.
Yeah. So with... How do I get out of... There you go. So these are the bad things for tights and armor.
I would kind of like semi-transparent.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it depends on what you're wearing underneath. So your armor now, you are...
Oh, you mean the tights are semi-transparent?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I thought you meant I would be.
No. You're not semi-transparent. Your tights are semi-transparent.
Constantly itchy in my armor.
Yep. So once that armor goes on, you are just constantly itchy.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, better be good armor then.
I mean,
do I have to wear the armor?
Yes, you have to wear the armor.
Okay.
None of this is... It's not like you can take off the armor and still be a superhero. Like it's like Iron Man. Like when Iron Man is Iron Man when the armor is on. So you're constantly itchy in your armor. So good job. The cape. So the cape is just too long, and you're always stepping on it.
Yep. That makes sense. See,
yeah.
that's... I mean, can't I just cut it?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no modifications to this. This is
okay, what was the sidekick on it? Must always go on your mission and says, gee willikers each time they talk. Oh, yeah, I'll take the cape.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to be a hero for very long.
Yep. All right, so...
I expect you to say gee willikers next time I see you, though.
No, I'm not your sidekick. You have a cape that you're constantly tripping on.
I'm the one with the armor and cape here.
That you're constantly tripping on.
Yeah.
All right, so your super speed and X-ray vision.
Yep.
Your super speed, you would lose all your clothing except for your boxers. Every
Hey,
time you use
I'm
it,
no longer itchy.
you're no longer itchy.
Yeah, that would be a problem. Huh.
Yep.
When you and super speed when used, you lose everything but your boxers. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're only naked when you use the X-ray vision. It's not like you're naked
Oh,
for 24 hours like you were giving me. You're just naked when you use it.
okay. So I just have to make sure nobody's looking. I use the X-ray vision, turn it off. I got my clothes back on. I can punch through.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
That's not too bad. And I'd be agitated because of the itchiness.
If you're
I
happy with
really
it.
tripped on my way there. Okay. All right. I'm still good with this so far.
Okay. This was your projectile weapon and your super strength.
Never comes back to you. That would suck. Super strength comes with bulletproof skin. Awesome. Well, I don't need the armor now, but when you use the strength, you um. Oh well, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be pulling people through walls. Oh man.
Yep.
Yep.
And then masker helmet.
Must be worn to conceal your true identity, but comes with a unicorn horn and matching tail. I can rock that.
Sure.
But I chose a helmet, can never be removed. This is the way. Yeah. I mean, if it's a comfy helmet,
I'm sure. I mean, it could be comfy. It could
I
be.
will say this for the Boba Fett helmet. It is actually pretty comfortable. I've considered just wearing it while working on my computer or something. I have done it just for fun, you know. I
Sure.
tried to watch TV in it, and it does it cuts off a little bit of vision here,
Uh-huh.
but it's fairly comfortable. It's not as comfortable as the pilot. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's not as comfortable as the pilot helmet because it's got these cushions in here.
Sure, but would it be as comfortable in week 4 as it was on day 1?
No, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would. How does he wash his head? I mean, he gets to take it off when nobody's around. Do I get to take it off when nobody's around?
I don't know. We're not upgrading you to the Mandalorian here.
So I guess I'd have to take like a hose and just like stick it under there.
Sure. It might have like a visor that can go up. I mean, that's okay.
Oh yeah. Can it be a helmet like this where my face is actually showing?
Sure. I mean, you have to eat, right? I don't want you to die in your itchy armorness.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. I think I'd rather just have the unicorn horn and matching tail.
Nope. You were stuck with a helmet that can never be removed.
Fine. This is your vengeance for last week. I
Yeah.
hate to see what you're going to do for next week.
Yeah, I'm building up now. I'm going to start building up.
All right. Well, it's still not that bad. Honestly, it's better than some of the choices I gave you.
Yeah, some of them are. I really thought you'd use one of your things on the cape.
What do you mean one of my things on the cape?
I told you could I'll give you a hint. I'll give you the effects of one of them because
the side cape.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be surprised.
Okay, fair enough. And you did
that's fun.
So
Oh no.
Yeah.
Someone made a drawing.
Oh yeah. Please.
Katya, of course, made a drawing for us. Let me share this real quick, I guess. Come in. I'm getting it kind of small here. Let me see here. I can get a bigger version of it. I could zoom in. All right. That's pretty good. Let me see here. Share my screen. Silly helmet. I don't remember agreeing to silly helmet. I just agreed to helmet. Wow. Extra long cape. I see she had it here and then added the bottom part here. This does look itchy.
Yeah, that's your leg hair though. That's not the armor.
Oh, because I'm using my X-ray vision. Right. Why? Why is the armor female breasted armor? I feel like this is vengeance for the way. Yeah, cheesy female armor. That's
Yeah,
fair.
she does decide. She drew it, so she decides.
Uh,
Oh,
hopefully, it's still in orange at least. Oops.
maybe.
Yeah, I can live with it if it's all in orange.
So I expect that as our thumbnail next week.
That's our logo.
Perfect.
That's just what I'm gonna show is here instead of the video. It's just gonna be the drawing.
Oh, could you animate its mouth to be like talking while you're talking? That would be great.
Just like the puppets that have the lines right there.
Yeah. Yep.
I could. I'm not going to, but I could.
You could do Terrence and Phillip style, where it's like the top of like the jaw up is just. Yeah, that would be pretty good too.
Speaking of superheroes and stuff,
that was great.
Comic book universes. So I had a question for you earlier today, and I thought we'd talk about it here, which was, and of course, this question was stemmed from frustrations that I've had. But if you were to start your own comic book company and you could do anything you wanted in creating your universe, like DC has its own universe, Marvel has its own universe. You're starting from scratch. You're not borrowing from anything else. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. You don't have to have anybody's superheroes or anything like that. What are some things that would be different about your universe, if at all? Maybe you're just like, Marvel's awesome. I just do what they do. But what basically, I have a few things in mind that I would choose to do differently.
I'm very much looking forward to that. So, yes. Oh, yes. Could you make
of all things
of him? Oh, my Lord. Oh, that'd be great. What would you do with the leg hair?
Oh no! Peter says he drew one too.
Oh,
we gotta see this.
This is the start of our comic book universe.
No.
Yes, this is it. This is our flagship character.
That is another thing. I was going to ask what kind of flagship character you were going to use.
Clearly, it's you as a superhero.
If Peter shares his image here, I'm waiting to see if it pops up. We're in Discord.
At night, you're that superhero, and during the day, you're a chopped food judge.
Oh, because of the bald look. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'll show this. This is funny.
Oh, this is great.
You got to zoom in a bit. This is some shameful plugging from Peter. But good try. So I actually like that better. At least he's not wearing clothes. Huh.
Clearly using X-ray vision.
I'll take horns though.
That's pretty good.
I'll take horns though.
That's pretty good.
So anyway, back to the comic book question before more pictures come rolling in.
August 10th, that's coming up.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why I thought of this is because sometimes something happens in a universe or something's taken a certain way, and you think, I would never do that if, whatnot and stuff. So before I go on whatever little rant that might happen, and it's not really a rant, and it's an old rant, but before that happens, is there anything that pops into your head if you were to run your own comic book company? Like, what would you do? What would you start with?
So initially I talked about the Reckoners. I think what Sanderson does in the Reckoners is unique and would be fun to obviously it's already happened, right? He's got this universe prepared, but for those that don't know, in that universe, the power corrupts everybody, so everyone that is a superhero is evil in some way, and the heroes have no powers. They just need to research how to defeat the villains. And I think it's really interesting to give the power to the heroes that have no superpowers. It's pretty cool.
So I haven't read the books. I just kind of knew what you said right there. Um, do the people who get powers, is the power corrupting them like a kind of like a magical thing, like a dark side thing, or is it just that all people once they get powers, they're eventually going to go bad?
They're enhanced, and they're bad.
Right, but is the fact that they're bad because they just happen to like they naturally would go bad because they have power,
Oh,
or is it that like the power itself manipulates the person and twists them into evil, like dark magic or something?
I see what you mean. It like makes it, so if it's inside you, it brings it out.
Right.
I see. Yeah. I'm unsure if that's the case.
So like if you had a truly good person, like a that kind of like shining symbol of goodness, good qualities, all that stuff, and they got power, and weren't corrupted by it in that universe. Well, I guess I should ask, in your universe, would they then become it, or would they be the one exception in your universe that makes them interesting, kind of thing?
No, I think what makes it so intriguing is that the power corrupts you, right? So by having some sort of ability, you use it to its full advantage, and it makes you bad.
That's kind of thing that I actually like about Superman is that he's so powerful that he has to pull back. He has to become more of like a paladin, like a legal,
Mhm.
like I won't kill, I won't cross all these lines. And I guess Batman kind of does the same thing, but he's not so powerful that if he crosses lines so much, he'll end up, massacring the whole world. But still,
He could probably come up with a device that does that.
right. That's true. um,
If he's
I think
finding enough, he can probably cause just world destruction.
well, let me get your ideas about this. So the thing that made me think of this first of all was the original, and I've complained about this before, the original death of Superman, right? So I think it happened in the late '90s, death of Superman, or mid '90s.
Early, yeah,
Was it
93,
early '90s?
93, I want to say 92,
Okay,
93.
could have been. That started the whole disillusion for comics for as a collector. I still love the whole story and characters and stuff, but it's started the me stopping to get comics just because I started seeing the marketing stuff happen more than the actual stories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was the whole thing where they said, no, he's really going to die. This is it. And whenever they came back with like four different Supermen, I was like, all right, that's fine. They want to continue the titles, but with different characters. Cool. And then, of course, they bring him back because Superman's still alive, right? Spoilers, I guess. um, he's still alive, right?
It was 1993, so if you don't know by now,
Well, um, but I had not collected Superman until then. I was Marvel all the way before that. I had a few Batman. Um, but when I saw there was going to be death, I was like, ooh, and I started collecting right before that. The minute they told everybody, I started collecting. And then I got all the issues and I made sure this was back in the day where you had to go to the store and get your subscription and all that. You can do it on the internet. Um, so I worked hard to make sure I got every single one, and then I got double copies and all that stuff. And then, I started collecting afterwards because I thought the new characters were kind of cool. And then they brought back Superman and just ruined all of that stuff that they did. All of the interesting things of the heroes like feeling shame and sadness over his death and all that. That was just kind of washed away after that.
mm,
Um, and that kind of disillusioned me from the whole, if anything ever serious happens in the comic book world, who cares? It's just going to come back, right?
right.
So I always thought if I had a comic book universe, I would declare as like a public thing, if our heroes die, they die. Just period.
Yeah.
We might not stop the issue. Maybe someone will take over. Like Bucky taking over for Cap, or Falcon taking over for Cap, all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. but that actual character dead. And I think then if you have a character who's like 20, 30 years old, not the characters that old, but you've been running them for that long, and then you announce their death is coming, then that's a big thing, right?
Yeah.
And they have done that. I mean, I don't think they brought back Steve Rogers, have they? I don't remember.
I don't know.
They did bring back Peter Parker.
No, they did, right? Because Civil War, he got
yeah, when he got sniped.
Yeah. But that was all. He came back after that. That wasn't real.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, rule number one for my comic book universe is if you die, you die.
So how did you feel about Nick Fury in Avengers?
Oh, you mean in the movie?
Yeah.
See, that's different. So I'm totally fine if you want to do some tricksy stuff like don't tell me that someone's like you weren't told that Nick Fury was going to die in that movie.
Right.
So you're watching, you think he's dead, and then they reveal what, like 30 minutes later that he's alive, or 45 minutes, whatever. That's fine. That's drama. That's surprise. That's stuff like that. I'm talking like, and plus a movie's a little bit different, but I'll allow. I mean, like I agree that it kind of carries over. But if you have a movie that's called "The Death of," Iron Man, and then he doesn't die, people are gonna be like, "This is lame."
Okay.
I mean, think about it this way: if the next Avengers movie is them getting Natasha and Iron Man back, how lame does that make Endgame? I mean, we all love the characters. It'd be great to have more of those characters, but wouldn't that just kind of make Endgame totally, like, it would take away so much?
But they kind of can't they?
They can.
Like with the introduction of time travel, then all of that is possible.
Right. And if they do it with different actors, which I think is what they're kind of thinking about doing, and we'll get into that with Loki next week, right?
Yeah.
But if they do that with different actors, I'm totally fine with that. Like I said, I don't care if like characters come in and take over the mantle for the character and stuff like that, But there has to be real consequences in your universe. You can't just like wash everything over with a Hollywood brush and be like, yeah, everybody's happy in the end, no matter what, because then you're never having anything at risk.
Yeah. So the when Thanos takes Gamora, right, and when Hawkeye and Black Widow are doing that thing, but then we realize like there's that multiverse and Gamora's back and doesn't have the memory of, like, she's obviously a different character. Right. Same actress, same character, different timeline or different whatever. You're okay with that? Like if they brought them back and they were from a different universe or timeline, you'd be okay?
I'm okay with that to a certain degree. Don't do it 1,000 times.
Sure.
It's okay that one character was done like that, right? But because I mean, technically they have time travel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could just go back in time and grab Natasha, right? And be like, hey, now you're with us, kind of thing. So, yeah, whatever.
But for, I mean, I guess they could bring her back, but for the sacred timeline to be doing its thing, all of that stuff has to happen.
Well, there's no sacred timeline anymore, though.
Well, sure. Now it's all
spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that would be one thing that I would do, but beyond the gripe of the whole death thing and everything, I thought like I would also like to see characters age, because how long has Peter Parker been? He was a high school student for way longer than high school. He was in college for way longer than he should have, and now he's still in his 20s, maybe 30s, something. I don't know what he is now, but or dead. But I would have the characters age and think how more important the actual death thing is now, when you can't have a character last longer than maybe 20 years in their prime. But then you could actually have like old man Batman talking to the young one. You could carry it on through real storytelling,
Yeah, and I
instead of
think
just
DC does a good job of that, right? And you kind of touched on it with Old Man Bruce and Batman Beyond, right? You see him, he can't do it anymore, right? And he has to give the mantle over to somebody else. But same thing with Robin, right? Robin goes to Nightwing, right? There's that graduation of characters getting older and becoming a different type
right,
of superhero.
right, but it's inconsistent. I mean, like, at
Sure,
what point did Batman become Batman, and how long has he been doing it?
right.
And he's gone through what, three sidekicks at this point, maybe four. Has been
Or,
four? No, well, I can't remember now, but um, after a while, whenever he gets to old man ish, he should be like 90 right now, right? He came out in 1938.
right, right.
Um, so obviously, time is all wonky and stuff in comic book. I would keep it realistic. Every year, everything changes. Start with like a high school Spider-Man kind of character, and let him grow up to be like 80 years old or something, and then your comic book universe is 60 years old, and you've grown and people have died and come back, and all that stuff. Well, not come back, but you know what I mean, like
Sure, sure.
been replaced by younger versions. And I just think it would have a stronger validity to the entire story.
Yeah,
And I think that's why the MCU works, because it feels like there's real uh, consequences in the movies and stuff that happen, right?
okay.
Which I'm afraid is kind of going to be undone with time travel.
It could be.
That's why I don't like the Flash.
Well, it depends on how they handle it, right? Like, yeah, there's it could be, it could not be.
And by not liking the Flash, I mean the CW show, not necessarily the character. Because you're right, it depends on how they handle it with that character. But yeah, I mean, once a character or characters in this case have the ability to time travel, it unlocks so much stuff. Unless you put up, story barriers. So,
Right.
well, somebody just finished Loki. I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday nights to watch Loki. I couldn't wait.
So let me ask you this then, and I know we'll go into Loki way more next week. But with the introduction of the Infinity Gems in Loki, the fact that there's more of them out there, so we know, right? They're paperweights, whatever, whether they're real or not, fine. Does that itself take away from Thanos sacrificing Gamora and and that whole thing between Hawkeye and Black Widow and them fighting to be the one to do that thing? Does it take away from that going, well, wait a minute, they can just go somewhere else and get another copy of the stone and it'll do the same thing?
Uh, yeah, we'll still talk a little Loki, but not give too much away about what we're going to talk about. So you're talking about like all the Infinity Stones that were in the drawer for Loki, kind of thing.
They
Well,
kind of downgraded them all, right? They called them paperweights, like the people in the office.
Right, but I think that was just to illustrate that you're in a totally different, like that, to illustrate how much more powerful they are, right? But
Sure,
that doesn't mean that Thanos doesn't still,
Sure, but if Loki pockets one of each, right? So obviously the magic doesn't work there. So if Loki goes, you know what, I'm taking this with me, and leaves, now he has them. So now there's multiple stones. So does that downgrade from the sacrifice that was made?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Does that take away from it? Like, regardless of time travel, regardless of going and getting, whomever back, all of that stuff, sure. Does that alone, that little snippet of, yeah, there's more of them out there that we just have in a drawer in a desk, does that take away from the sacrifices that were made, knowing that they can just now go back and get whatever one they want?
Well, no, because they didn't have that option.
They do now.
They do now, but when they were making their sacrifice, they didn't know that they had that option.
Sure.
Are now, if you're saying they go back with the Infinity Stones and fix it and bring her back and stuff like that, yeah, that would cheapen it. I mean, even the Hulk said he tried to bring Natasha back and he couldn't. Even with the Infinity Stones, he wasn't able to do it because she was, taken for the Infinity in the same way, kind of thing.
Okay.
So, and they couldn't bring back Vision, I guess, for the same reason. An Infinity Stone destroyed him. So maybe Infinity Stones can't undo what they do. That doesn't make sense because they wanted the stones back to undo it, right?
Right.
I don't know. But I don't think that it cheapens it. I think everything has just gone up a next level kind of thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Or maybe it does cheapen it, but only now does it cheapen it. It doesn't retroactively cheapen it, if that makes sense.
It only cheapens it if they go back and do it.
Well, no, like if Loki steals those stones, right? And he runs out to the real world where he has magic again and they're all magical. And he goes, I've got the Infinity Stones. You could just have like 5 other people around him going, yeah, we all have them too. And then it's like, okay, it's really powerful and stuff, but there's a higher power messing with stuff now, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That takes me back to one more thing that I was going to say about, like, if I had a comic book universe, is I would very carefully measure out power, because you can easily write up power. I've talked about this with Flash before. You can easily give someone power that messes stuff up real fast or has the potential, and everybody else in the world goes, well, why don't you just go back in time and fix that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, someone did this, I would go back in time and fix it. Like, the minute that Flash gets the ability to go back in time, even 5 seconds, that there's never a time that he should lose anything.
But isn't that what Loki's been kind of exploring, right? The idea of this one thing that should be, and if it's supposed to be, and then Flash goes back and changes it, it does this branch, which shouldn't happen, right? Like, every time he were to go back 5 seconds to stop a bank heist or a car accident or someone getting murdered, it's creating this ripple effect of other things that could potentially happen, and then it's just completely out of bounds.
Right. That's the weird thing about the whole Flash multiverse, taken away from Loki because that's a different thing, but the Flash multiverse and time travel thing, right? So Flash goes back in time, messes something up, comes back. He's like, oh no, your baby is a boy now instead of a girl. That sucks. I shouldn't ever time travel because I changed things for people's lives and I shouldn't have done, right?
Right.
But then he finds out there's an infinite amount of Earths. Well, all he really did then was he went back in time and jumped into a different Earth. Shouldn't he just go find his original Earth? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or did he destroy the Earth that he was on in lieu of the new Earth that has a boy instead of a girl? John's child.
Yeah, I don't think he destroyed the Earth, did he?
No, I just mean like that timeline is gone, right? Whenever he messes it up.
Yeah.
So if Flash goes back in time and pushes a little boy down into a sewer grate, then he goes back into the future and that little boy's all angry that he took over the world, right?
Right.
So he can't go back and just stop himself from pushing a little boy and then everything's fine. Okay. That's what I'm saying is, like, time travel is such a big issue that causes all these little story, like, can't you just go back and fix this? Can't you just, all that back and forth kind of thing that I think I would, I'm trying my best to see how long I could go with a comic book universe without time travel.
What was the show that dealt with time travel and they had to, they went back to do something, but they had to make sure that they weren't doing anything, changing anything major, but like the minor changes kind of corrected themselves along time?
Oh, that sounds familiar. Like it's like time wanted to go a certain path, and if you adjusted something a little, it'd kind of work its way out. That sounds familiar. What is that? Maybe chat can tell us.
Yeah,
Um,
there was a TV series where they went back in time.
was it?
To,
Was it the one where they go back in time to like that? What do you call it? Remember the Zeppelin that blew up? Well, not remember. We weren't alive then, but back in 1938, 39, something like that. Um, there was one where they went back in time loop or something like that.
yep, sounds familiar.
I don't know if that was it or not. Yeah, there was definitely a time travel show that did that, or maybe it was a movie.
No, it was definitely a TV series.
Huh.
But like Agents of Shield kind of dealt with that too, right? Like they went back in time and dealt with some shit, and then some stuff kind of went awry in the series because of what they were doing.
Right. Yeah, they ended up in a different multiverse. So there's a good question. Well, okay, they're outside the MCU though. They started off in the MCU
Yeah.
and got themselves out somehow. Um, at least they pretended to be part of the MCU.
I think there were more crossovers later in the series, though, weren't there?
It was earlier. I think it was season 2 was whenever Winter Soldier came out.
Yep.
And that's whenever all the agents of Shield had to go into hiding and kind of stuff. So they were definitely part of that. In fact, I think they even showed them looking at television screen with the heli help me out, the helicopter, the helipad thing going down there, the helicarrier.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they even tied it in that way. I remember thinking, oh, that's really cool. But that was the last time they ever connected.
I thought later on there was more going on, like especially in the second to last series. I thought they had a couple things that were kind of tying into what was going on. Maybe not. I thought so.
I don't even know what. I don't. Okay, I got another superhero. I don't know if we should put this up. This is so weird. What in the world? Oh my god. Okay, I got to share this.
Is it you as a superhero again?
This is from Dan.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. Oh man, this is your fault. This is what this is.
Uh-huh.
That's Jack Black helmet.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I'm wearing a trash can. I guess that's my armor.
It's your armor. I would assume that it's quite itchy in there.
Hairy legs. And cape's too long. Good collage. I don't agree with I don't like how he's sitting on me.
That's
Definitely don't like that.
That's pretty good. I hate that it's Jack Black. Thanks, Dan.
That hurt both of us.
Armor, cape, X-ray vision, super strength. Yeah, that makes sense with the helmet. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Oh, I can't wait for future people to see this and draw more stuff of you.
No, we don't need any more.
Yes, we do.
Okay, but you know what's happening next time, right? I'm gonna have to do one for you.
No.
Well, I said, or I asked you for another short video this episode this week. So, just real quick, anything you've been playing you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, we need to talk maybe this week about Dune and Arnak. We should do a little thing about that because I played Dune last Tuesday. Went really well, and we should compare notes on that. But this weekend was locally was the Syracuse Nationals, which is biggest classic car, muscle car show on the East Coast, and we were invited to share space with a future gaming convention, Elite Gaming Con, which is coming next September to the area, and have some tables for gaming, analog gaming, and played a ton of stuff with families and children that just reiterated like there's some really fun games that aren't Arnak and aren't Dune, that are just fun to get to the table. I did play that Mia London. It's up for Kenner Game of the Year, I think. Are you looking it up?
Yeah. What's it called?
Mia, M-I-A, London.
MIA London. Huh. I hadn't heard of it.
It's like a Guess Who of sorts.
Is it Mia London in the case of the 625 scoundrels?
That's it.
Okay. Let me put this up. This one right here?
That's the one.
It's fun artwork.
Yeah. So there are 4 elements to the suspect: the hat, the glasses, the mustache, and the bow tie. And each person has that book that you're looking at right there, with the left side kind of folds open, and the right side has the different tabs of each of the different options, all the different hats, all the different glasses, whatever. On turn 1, you will remove one of each of the objects from the decks. They each have their own deck. So you have the hat, the glasses, the mustache, the bow tie. You shuffle them out, you remove one. Each deck has 2 of each option. So if you look on the left there, you'll see 5 hats, 5 glasses, 5 mustache, and 5 bow tie. Mustaches, 5 bow ties. Each deck has 2 of each one of those objects. So you're removing one of them. And then on round 1, you will take the hat deck, shuffle it up, and reveal 4. And then reveal 4. And one, I think it's 4 and 4. It'd be 10. 4 and 4. It doesn't equal out 9. Oh, and then there's one more left, maybe? Whatever it is. You're trying to figure out which one was not seen twice.
Oh, weird.
So then when you're done with the deck, you'll flip through the right side to which hat you think is the one. And everything on top of it, you kind of fold over to the left and put that other folder on top of it, so you don't see them. Then with the glasses, you'll reveal 3, and then reveal 3, and then reveal 3. And one of them you're not going to see twice, and that's the glasses. Then with the mustache, you do 2 at a time, and with the bow tie, you do 1 at a time. And at the end of 4 rounds, you reveal who you think the suspect is, and then you see if you guessed correctly.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yep.
Are they all this kind of purple, dude?
Yes, and they're all just variations with the different objects.
Oh, okay.
It's 5 and up. It's easy to learn. I mean, you kind of, other than my horrible teaching of round 1, you know how to play. It was fun. It was entertaining.
How weird.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Try.
By the end of the day, one of the children had kind of ripped or separated pieces out of it. Like that spiral bound is like something you'd get at like Staples to do like home spiral notebooks. Like it's really flimsy plastic, but it didn't break, right? It's easy to put back together, so that wasn't bad.
And this is a character you can play or something?
No, it's just artwork. It might have been on the shield. I think there might have been no. There's no player shield. You have a book and a deck of cards, so they're not. That's not a character in the game, unless there was something we didn't see.
How strange.
Yeah,
it's just on the side, right?
Yeah, just decks of cards for each of the objects, and then your little notebook that you're like taking notes in. Not really, like it's as if you're taking notes in your book.
That's weird. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah, it was cute. And then we played a bunch of stuff. I learned Attack on Titan, the one where you're actually like fighting on the Titan, by Antoine Bauza. I think he did it.
Yeah, that is Bauza.
Yeah, I like the concept of the rolling, and you can roll as much as you want to get what you need to do your thing. But anytime you roll the Titan head, the Titan's going to get more powerful. I like that.
Have you seen the show?
When it first came out, I think I watched it.
I only saw the first episode. It was really strange. I kind of wanted to see more, but then It's one of the situations where like I didn't have time to see it again, and then now I've kind of forgotten half of it, so I got to go back. But
Start again.
it's such a weird concept to
Mhm.
have gigantic, skinless, naked giants walking around, but
They clearly have X-ray vision.
they're just constantly using it. That's what's happening.
All right.
You can use X-ray vision, but your skin rips off.
Yep. I mean, it's a one-time use, really.
Well, yeah. You've never seen Buffy, so I can't make a season 6 joke.
I've watched Buffy. I just haven't watched all of Buffy.
Well, then you haven't watched Buffy.
Right.
You've seen some episodes out of order, right?
Yeah, I would say mostly out of order.
Yeah. Mostly out of, yeah.
I couldn't tell you if they were in order, so.
Well, I have been playing. Actually, I've been keeping.
Oh yeah,
keeping track.
You have, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sleeping Gods. Have you played that one yet?
No.
It's a good. It's good. It's cooperative. You know, I'm not crazy about cooperative, but it's interesting. The story's interesting enough to keep us all interested in playing. Played Talisman this weekend.
Saw that, yeah.
That was a nice 4 hours of my life. It was weird. Like when you play something like Talisman, you are either going to have a rough time, easy time, or nothing happens time. And I had the nothing happens time.
Ugh.
I didn't even go to the other side of the board.
Like
the entire game. What?
In 4 hours.
Yeah. Yep. But you know what it is? It's like because I've been playing that game since I was 11, that it's got this kind of nostalgia, especially if I play with my brother, which I did. That it's such a easy, non-brain using game that it's really just like an activity that you're doing while you're sitting around talking about other stuff. And we just kind of felt like doing that, just kind of hanging around, rolling a die and reading a card and then talking about something else while other people go.
Really immersive.
It's not. I was a philosopher.
I bet you were.
I wasn't. After that, though, same fantasy realm, we played Ethnos.
Mm.
I actually won that one. My brother won the Talisman one. Ethnos is great. You've played that before, right?
Yep.
And just, I think yesterday we played Dwellings.
Mm.
Same fantasy world. Well, not the same, but. And we did an Exit. Have you done the Exit series?
Yep.
Have you done the puzzle ones?
No.
So we did a puzzle Exit. In fact, it's right.
That's cool. I just saw that when was it?
That one.
Over the weekend. Yeah, it had a puzzle. That's cool.
It has 4 puzzles in it, actually. It's pretty interesting. I liked it. We have another one that this one took us, I think, a little over 2 hours to do. Yeah, it was a little over 2 hours to do. And we were going fast. We were like trying to book it. We got 7 stars out of 10. Not bad.
How many people?
It was just 3.
Okay.
So, yeah, it had been a lot of games this week.
Yeah, that's good.
So, well, daughter's down. So that's the other reason for the short episode. So go play more games.
Nice. Good stuff.
What was that?
You said good stuff?
Yeah. So I think that's about an hour 15.
Okay.
A little bit longer. You actually stayed on this time.
Yeah, don't jinx it yet. We're not done.
Please like and subscribe. Dislike if you wish. I think someone already has.
Yeah, I'm sure Dan is nice as he is has done that.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's interacting, I don't care. They probably just didn't like my my little line game, my matching game.
Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
I actually kind of want to see the Kevin Hart Die Hard. I don't think Bruce Willis would ever let it happen, but
Probably not.
so anyway, gonna call it quits early on. I know, feels weird. It's too soon. Got plenty more to talk about.
We do,
but
we'll save it for next week. We got a good one next week.
What was that?
I said we'll save it for next week. We got a good one next week.
Are we announcing that, or are we going to announce it midweek, or like 5 hours before we actually launch?
I do kind of like the 5 hours prior to launch thing. Yeah, it depends if we're gonna have a full episode on the full 42, or if we're gonna have a half 42.
Nope, we'll have a full episode.
So yeah, we'll have Michael DeVito from Third World Studios. We're gonna talk about some pretty cool stuff, including Loki, including Star Wars, including all the geeky stuff that we love, and some upcoming game. That's I don't want to say it yet. You'll have to tune in to see it.
Ooh, keeping them hooked. I like it.
Getting
all professional.
Up Third World Studios, you'll see it. But I'm not going to say it.
All right. See, what happens whenever you end a show after about an hour and 15 minutes is you still have people watching. That's great. As opposed to our 4-hour shows where it's usually just you and me.
Sure.
Probably the happiness is somewhere in the middle, right? Like a 2-hour show.
Yeah, I guess. Is 2 hours even enough? Like, that'd be another 45 minutes of us talking about shit, which seems like a lot, but all of a sudden you blink and it's 2:30. Like,
right. And also, you and I typically would talk a lot throughout the week, and I haven't been available a lot throughout the week, so we got a lot to talk about. Can't wait for the next episode to talk through Loki.
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff.
Everybody, watch Loki, catch up to it, bite the bullet, get Disney Plus if you haven't done it. Stop complaining, just do it.
Or ask somebody for their logon information so you can just
do that. Disney deserves your money.
They do.
After all they've done, after all they're making for us, they totally deserve it. Pay it.
So many things that they have out now. I saw the Rebels like short videos that they have.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like there's just stuff I didn't even know existed that is on that damn thing.
I know. It's like $8 a month. Come on.
Yeah,
that's a Starbucks. That's a Starbucks and a scone. You can do that. All right. I'm gonna take off, man. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it soon.
Cool.
End it right here. So thanks everybody for watching. Say goodbye, Mike.
Goodbye, Mike.